The discovery of an ancient tomb is always a moment that captures the imagination of the world. Tombs are more than final resting places. They are time capsules, sealed away with treasures, symbols, and mysteries of civilizations long gone. Every time archaeologists unearth such a site, they are not only digging into the earth, they are digging into the heart of human history. Recently, one tomb discovery has astonished experts across the globe because what was uncovered within its walls unveiled secrets hidden for thousands of years. It is not just a find of gold or artifacts, it is a window into the beliefs, fears, and ambitions of an ancient society, one that continues to shape our world in ways we are only beginning to understand. The tomb was located deep beneath layers of rock and soil, untouched for millennia. Its entrance was sealed with massive stones, suggesting that whoever built it intended it to remain closed forever. The moment the seal was broken, a rush of air escaped, carrying with it the scent of centuries locked away. Inside, archaeologists found chambers that were astonishingly well preserved. Wall paintings glowed with vibrant colors, intricate carvings lined the ceilings, and objects of daily life were arranged as though the tomb's occupant had only recently been laid to rest. This was not an ordinary burial. It was a carefully constructed monument, designed to protect both the body and the legacy of the one who lay within. At the center of the tomb rested a sarcophagus of immense size, carved with symbols that defied easy interpretation. Unlike typical tombs where inscriptions clearly identify the occupant, this one seemed deliberately cryptic. Some symbols resembled known hieroglyphs or ancient scripts, but others were entirely unique. Experts debated whether this was a forgotten language or a secret code meant only for the initiated. The sarcophagus itself was made of stone that did not naturally occur in the surrounding region, raising the question of how such a heavy object had been transported and what significance it held. It was clear from the beginning that this tomb was not just a burial site, but a statement, perhaps even a challenge, left behind for future generations. When the sarcophagus was finally opened, the astonishment only grew. The body inside was remarkably well preserved, thanks to techniques that appeared to go beyond ordinary embalming. The skin still bore faint markings, possibly tattoos, that told stories of battles, rituals, or journeys. The clothing, woven with fine threads of gold and silver, suggested that this individual held immense power and status. But it was the objects placed alongside the body that shocked experts most. Among the treasures were tools that seemed too advanced for the era, artifacts that appeared to demonstrate a knowledge of mathematics, astronomy, and perhaps even medicine that far surpassed what we believed that civilization possessed. It was as if the tomb was a library, preserving not only a body but also knowledge that had been carefully hidden away. Imagine standing in a tomb that has been sealed for thousands of years, staring at objects that seem to belong to a time far ahead of their own. The chilling thought arises: did this civilization possess knowledge that was later lost, only to be rediscovered in modern times? Or did they preserve secrets deliberately, fearing that humanity was not ready to wield such power? The idea that the past may have been more advanced than we allow ourselves to believe is both fascinating and terrifying. This tomb seems to whisper that progress is not always a straight line, and that what is forgotten may sometimes rival what is discovered anew. The paintings on the walls added another layer of mystery. They depicted scenes of journeys through the underworld, celestial alignments, and encounters with beings that do not appear entirely human. Some figures had elongated heads, others were draped in garments that seemed almost futuristic. Scholars debated whether these were symbolic representations of gods or something else entirely. The precision with which the stars were mapped in the paintings suggested an advanced understanding of astronomy. Some alignments matched rare celestial events that occurred thousands of years ago, events that would have required careful observation and recording to depict so accurately. This raised the question of whether the tomb builders were not only preserving a body, but also recording cosmic knowledge for future generations. Another discovery within the tomb was a series of sealed jars containing mysterious substances. Tests revealed mixtures of herbs, minerals, and compounds that seemed to have medicinal properties. Some of these substances are still unknown to modern science, and their potential uses remain under study. Could these have been early forms of medicine, or even attempts at alchemy? The possibility that ancient peoples experimented with advanced chemistry, challenges our assumptions about what they were capable of. It also suggests that the tomb's occupant may have been more than a ruler. Perhaps they were also a healer, a scientist, or a keeper of secret knowledge passed down through generations. What startled archaeologists further was the discovery of a hidden chamber, concealed behind a false wall. Inside this chamber were artifacts unlike anything found before. Small metallic objects, shaped with incredible precision, seemed to defy the technology of the era. Some resembled gears or instruments, while others were completely alien in design. No one has yet determined their exact purpose, but their presence in a tomb thousands of years old is deeply unsettling. Were these ceremonial objects or tools used for some forgotten technology? The answers remain elusive, but their craftsmanship speaks of a sophistication that challenges the timeline of human invention. The discovery also included scrolls and fragments of texts preserved in containers. While many had deteriorated, some remained legible. The writings described rituals meant to guide the soul through the afterlife, but also contained cryptic references to hidden knowledge, cosmic cycles, and the power of sound and vibration. One fragment even describes a method of harnessing energy from natural forces, an idea that seems strikingly modern. Scholars have struggled to interpret whether these were metaphorical descriptions or practical instructions. Either way, the writings add to the sense that this tomb was more than a burial site. It was a vault of knowledge, sealed to protect secrets that its builders may have feared would be misused. The identity of the tomb's occupant remains uncertain. Some believe it was a king or queen of extraordinary importance, one who combined spiritual, political, and scientific authority. Others suggest it may have been a figure regarded as divine, perhaps even a prophet or teacher whose influence extended far beyond their lifetime. The deliberate secrecy of the inscriptions suggests that the builders wanted to preserve mystery, ensuring that only those worthy of understanding could unlock the tomb's secrets. This intentional ambiguity is part of what makes the discovery so haunting. It is as if the tomb was designed not only to preserve, but also to provoke, forcing future generations to confront questions that have no simple answers. The tomb's construction itself poses puzzles. The alignment of its chambers with celestial bodies suggests that it was not only a resting place, but also an observatory of sorts. Light shafts and openings allow sunlight or moonlight to enter on specific days of the year, illuminating certain carvings or symbols. This precision reveals a mastery of astronomy and engineering that rivals the great monuments of Egypt and Mesopotamia. It suggests that the tomb builders were deeply concerned with connecting the occupant not only to the earth, but also to the cosmos, embedding their memory into the very rhythm of the universe. Some researchers have even raised the possibility that the tomb may hold evidence of contact with cultures beyond its own. The artifacts inside bear similarities to objects found in distant regions, suggesting a level of trade or communication that exceeds our current understanding of ancient civilizations. Was there a network of knowledge sharing across continents thousands of years ago? One that was later lost to history? If so, this tomb may be the first tangible evidence of such a global connection, preserved in silence beneath the ground. As with all great discoveries, there are skeptics who urge caution. Some argue that the objects are simply misunderstood, that what seems advanced is merely symbolic. Others suggest that the extraordinary preservation of the body and artifacts is due to natural conditions rather than deliberate techniques. Yet even skeptics admit that this tomb is unusual, unlike anything else found in the region. Its mysteries cannot be easily dismissed, and they demand continued exploration. What else lies buried beneath the earth, waiting to be uncovered? How many more tombs, sealed and silent, hold the keys to forgotten knowledge? This discovery is not the end of the story. It is only the beginning. As archaeologists continue to study the tomb and unlock its secrets, humanity may come closer to understanding truths that have been hidden since the dawn of civilization. And perhaps in those truths, we will find reflections of ourselves, reminders that the past is not as distant as it seems, and that its secrets still shape the world we live in today.